What's good, family? You back with Grown Man Bars, the best hip-hop show for old heads in America, where the NBA's best player this year has a name that sounds like a medical procedure. While you're here, treat those like and subscribe buttons like they shorted you on your dime bag and kick ass. We're also live everywhere you get your podcast, so check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Music, and all those other places you get those wonderful podcasts. I'm Chad, your favorite rap industry plant, and with me as always is a man so tough he walks barefoot on Legos for fun. BA, what's going on, my brother?
Ouch. And hello.
Tonight, we are going to talk about both of our top 5, dead or alive, greatest Southern rappers. And you know we're talking Southern, BA, so you know what I thought? Country got you crazy. Geeky.
Oh, that is greatness.
All right, so we know there are a ton of great Southern rappers. We're just going to go start from 5 and work our way down to number 1. I'll let BA start with his number 5. BA, who is your number 5, dead or alive, best Southern rapper?
It's hard, right? Because for me, it's one and then everybody else. Like, that's just kind of the way it works. So what I did is went with my top 5 dead or alive, what I call not necessarily the best lyricists, but most memorable verses for me. So my number 5 is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is my number 5. I go back, I'm an early Wayne fan, but he put out a song, it came out with the Young Money joint, and he started his verse with too many women, but not enough time. I'm a cool cat, but I'm on life 9. Pimpin' ain't dead cause I be the lifeline, and I don't buy the bar cause they don't sell white wine. I was done. I was dead. Done. So for me, Little Louisiana stand-up, baby. Wayne is 5 for me. How about you, bro?
My number 5, I decided to go with pretty much the same thing you did with lyricism and song construction, but also with impact. But at number 5, I started with somebody we always say we need to give more love, with 8 Ball, man, because 8 Ball just put Memphis on the map. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to put a city, a region on the map, and your sound starts to become that sound that defines a region, that is a monumental career. And 8 Ball, his double CD, Lost.
Classic.
That's a classic double CD, man. He was by himself, but he had a lot of good features on there. And man, he has put together so many good songs with that easy Southern style, man. That 8 Ball, the Fat Mac. So I gotta give love to the Fat Mac.
Love it.
So that's my number 5. Who you got at number 4,
This
man?
will probably be a shock to some people, but if it is, you ain't been paying attention to hip hop. My number 4 is Atlanta's own Killer Mike. Killer Mike for me is a mixture of old school. It's like Ice Cube and Nas had a baby and gave me Killer Mike. It sounds like Cube, but it's delivered like a Nas. And I love it. I'm here for it for sure. My number 4, Killer Mike.
So for number 4, I went with your number 5. I went with Lil Wayne. Pretty much for the same reasons you did, but Lil Wayne has an absolute shit ton of hits. He has so many hits. His list of hits is a CVS receipt. It is long. And you look at just the Carter series and the Dedication series, just those 2 series alone, and he would have a place in the top 10 in just about any category you want to put him in, just with those 2 series. And he does a lot of work. He was actually doing this modern era's kind of work, 6-7 years ago. He was mixtape a month kind of dude. So I give him credit for his work ethic, but his ability to stay around, his ability to stay relevant. People still argue Lil Wayne GOAT. And even if he hasn't been that relevant in the last year or so,
we're probably gonna get that in the comments when this is all said and done. Somebody's going to say he should have been higher, and I'm not. It's hard to argue.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong if you say that. All right, so who you got at number 3, bro?
For me because 3 is only 3 because it can't be 1 or 2.
I think we might have the same number 3.
3 for me is Houston's own Bun B. Period. Yeah,
We
Bun
do.
B.
We do.
I shouldn't have to explain it, really. But if you are not familiar with Bun B's work from his features and his catalog outside of UGK. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't that dude with UGK. I'm just saying, if you listen to what Bun B has done in 20 years outside of UGK, and when it comes to Southern hip hop, we're talking about Southern hip hop, talking about impacts, hits, we're talking about all of the things. When we're talking about that, T.I. may have more hits, Luda may have more hits, and I'll give you that. But when we're talking about that thing right there, that thing, argue with your mama. Bun B number 3.
What I like about, I agree with this too. I think we're going to agree all the way out, except we're probably going to swap 1 and 2.
Problem.
What I say about Bun B, he had 2 careers, man. He had a career with UGK and then he had his solo career. He used to, I don't know if he still does, but for at least 7 or 8 years there, he taught hip hop history and culture at Rice University. Bun B, I mean, the lyrics are there. Now he's not, we're still talking in the frame of Southern rap. The lyricism is there for him. The creativity is there for him. The style is there for him. And the persona, Bun B's persona is it just fits Houston so well. And like we've said, when you think Texas rap, you think 3 people, and he's one of them. So that is easy. So yeah, we'll go to number 2. Who you got for number 2 that is the opposite of who I have?
For me, number 2 is number 2 because he can't be 1. If we go with individual merit, he is a more complex, I will never say better. He is a more complex lyricist. He is a more, I can't really say thought-provoking because I'm of the storytelling era. And to me, storytelling is an art. One in which this MC is really, really good at, but he didn't cut his, he didn't stamp his niche on storytelling, right? So for me, number 2 is none other than 3 Stacks himself, Andre 3000.
All right, so for the rest of this conversation, for the purposes of the rest of this conversation, he will have Scarface at number 1. I'll have Scarface at number 2 and Andre at number 1. So we're just going to be talking about the 2 of those from here on out. I don't have any argument to say Scarface shouldn't be number 1.
Yeah.
He's just not my number 1. Like, I don't have a reason to say, there's nothing that I can tell you to go, no, you're wrong about anything that there is to say about Scarface. But I looked at, Andre is one of those guys that checks every box. And like you say, he may lack on the storytelling. You know, he might not be an elite storyteller. He doesn't do it a lot. When he does it, it's decent. But I mean, he might not be an elite storyteller, but everything else, he checks it. The sales, the creativity, he's got it all. I'd make an argument for him to be on a list this high outside of just the South.
Easy.
But that's a conversation for another day. We can leave it there. I had Andre 3000 as number 1 and Scarface at number 2. BA had Scarface at number 1 and Andre 3K. So Houston and Atlanta, y'all don't either have to be mad, neither one of y'all have to be mad at us. But let us know what your top 5 Southern rappers is down in the comments. I want to see everybody's top 5. Put them down in there. Don't just tell us you hate ours. I mean, it's okay to say you hate ours. That's cool. But I mean, give me yours too, because I'd like to see what you think. Honestly, I won't make fun of it.
Let's stretch out.
Yeah,
let's stretch. Don't just hit me 5 Houston rappers, 5 Atlanta rappers. Like, if we're talking about the South, so if you don't know more than your area, that's fine. And just say, in my area, these is my 5, and I can respect, you know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. I'd love to see your idea of the top 5 Atlanta rappers or New Orleans, wherever you are. I don't care. Give me the top 5 rappers in your area. There's a lot of underground rappers I've never heard of. We'll holla at y'all later.